This week, Google did something that looks like good news. It cut the price of its artificial intelligence in half, under $5 a month. The whole press cheered. Cheaper AI for everyone. But I'm going to show you why this isn't a gift. It's bait, and whoever bites pays the bill later. Let me set this up. There's a fight going on between the AI giants, and it just changed battlefields. For 2 years, they competed on who had the smartest model. Now, the fight is about price. Who charges less to lock you in? Google fired the shot. On Monday, it dropped its entry AI plan from $7.99 to $4.99 and doubled the storage that comes with it. On the other side is OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT. According to Reuters and the Wall Street Journal, it's already weighing price cuts of its own, afraid of falling behind. And then there's Meta, doing the opposite of everyone. It just started charging for AI, testing plans up to $20. The board is set. Now here's the part nobody explains. To understand why cheap AI is dangerous, you need one fact. Running AI is brutally expensive, and it's getting more expensive, not less. Sounds backwards, right? Prices are dropping, but the cost is climbing. How? Look at this number from PYMNTS. The price to process AI, the token, the unit they bill you with, has dropped about 98% since 2022, practically free in theory. But companies' AI bills over the same period went up 320%. How does the price fall 98% while the bill climbs 300? One word, volume. It used to be simple. You ask a question, the AI answers. One operation. Today, these AI agents run dozens of operations on their own to finish one task. PYMNTS puts a number on it. An interaction that cost 4 cents in 2023 costs $1.20 today, 30 times more. So who's paying that bill right now? The AI companies. They're burning money to give you cheap access and get you hooked. And here's the number that explains everything. OpenAI, worth nearly $1 trillion, loses $1.22 for every dollar it earns. That's from Barron's. Not a thin margin, a loss on every single sale. Its 2025 revenue was around $13 billion. And get this from the Financial Times. OpenAI has 900 million people using ChatGPT every week. Know how many pay? 4%. 4%. So follow me. The company loses money on every customer. Only 4% pay. And the fix is to drop the price even more. There's a name for this in Silicon Valley. Buying the market at a loss. Same as ride-hailing, same as food delivery, same as streaming. They give it cheap to lock you in. Once you can't live without it, the price goes up. And the head of ChatGPT, Nick Turley, already said it out loud to Business Insider. The era of unlimited AI may not last. Translation: enjoy it while it's cheap. It won't be. Now my read. Who wins, who loses in this war? And it's not who the headlines tell you. First, Google is fighting in a way the others can't copy. Google doesn't need to make money on AI. It makes money on ads and has for 20 years. For Google, cheap AI is a weapon to suffocate OpenAI, which does need to make money on AI. The loser here is OpenAI, cornered. Second, a delicious detail. One company refused to enter this war, Anthropic, the maker of Claude. While everyone cuts, it cut nothing. It doesn't even have a cheap plan. And it had the nerve to do the opposite. It launched a new model, Fable 5, charging double the price. $10 against 5 per unit, according to Barron's. Is that arrogance? Maybe. But it might also be a bet. I don't compete on price, I compete on trust. Same play it ran against the Pentagon. The story I told you on this channel. The question is whether the average person pays double for trust when the competitor is nearly free. Honestly, I have my doubts. Third, the real loser is anyone who believes it'll stay cheap forever. Because the real cost didn't disappear, it just got postponed. The companies are paying now to hook you. The bill comes later. A pricey subscription, ads inside the chat, or a cap on what used to be unlimited. It's already happening. Uber said it blew through its AI budget way ahead of schedule. If it hits a giant, imagine the company you work for. You're probably thinking, okay, but I use the free version anyway, doesn't affect me. It affects you 3 ways. First, the free version exists today because investors are eating the loss, betting it turns into profit someday. The day that money gets tight, and it always does, the first thing cut is what's free for people who don't pay. You're the first expense to go. Second, notice nobody's fighting to make AI better this week. They are fighting to make it cheaper. And that changes what you get. A cheaper model is a trim model. More compressed makes more mistakes. You gain price and lose quality, and you don't even notice. Third, the one that matters most for your job. If your company adopted AI because it was dirt cheap, it built a process on a price that's going to rise. When it rises, the company either eats the cost or cuts people to cover it. Today's cheap AI is tomorrow's layoff argument. That's not theory. It's Uber's budget blowing up, scaled down to your office. Cheap is never free. Someone always pays. My final read, no spin. This price war isn't generosity. It's desperation dressed up as a sale, and you are invited to be the hostage. These are companies worth trillions that still haven't figured out how to make money, fighting to see who can burn cash the longest. Google fought in a way only it can. OpenAI is cornered, losing money on every customer. Anthropic bet the other way, on trust, and Meta decided to start charging right when everyone else dropped the price. Good luck with that. But the message for you is just one. When something expensive suddenly gets cheap with no technical reason, don't ask lucky me. Ask what's the trick, because there always is one. This is the kind of story I cover here. No hype, no 5 tips to use ChatGPT. If that's your thing, subscribe and hit the bell. New video every Tuesday and Friday. See you in the next one.